Hello students, welcome to section 6. In this section we're going to complete our rest of the solved examples from our textbook. So here I have question number 3 from the textbook, page number 35. The question is 3y square is equals to 15y. Now, even though we can cancel the y's out, we need to practice our factorization method. So we'll start out by bringing it to our standard form. So our standard form is 3y square minus 15y is equals to 0. Now, comparing it to our standard form, we have ay square plus by plus c is equals to 0. So as we can compare, we have a is equals to 3, b is equals to minus 15, and my c value here is 0. There is no value for c. So what we can do, that we have to find a times c first, which value comes out as 0, and my b value is minus 15. Now this is minus 15, or rather this is 0. This is 0. I need two factors which leads to the product of 0, and my sum must be minus 15. So there's no need to factorize this. All we have to do is write down minus 15 and 0 here. Minus 15 plus 0 comes out as minus 15 below, and minus 15 into 0 comes out as 0 on the top. So I have 3y square plus, or I have 15y minus 15y is equals to 0. Take out 3y common, so I have 3y, and inside I'll have y minus 5. This is equals to 0. This implies either 3y is equals to 0 or y minus 5 is equals to 0. That means y is equals to 0 or y is equals to 5. So my solution is y is equals to 0, 5 are the roots of the given equation. Now, all we have to do is just take y common. The reason we need to do this step is because we are still practicing factorization method. As we go on and as we practice more and more, there will be no need for such questions to make coefficient line, write down what the product of a into c is, write down what the summation of factors is. As we practice on, all of this will get eliminated. But as for now, when we are practicing, we need to do this to make sure that we clear how to get our answers and how to clearly visualize these numbers in our. Now, moving on to our next question. My next question is x square is equals to 3. I'll bring everything to the left hand side. This is x square is equals to minus 3. So now here I have my standard equation as ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. This implies a is equals to 1, b is equals to 0, and c is equals to minus 3. So my product of a into c is minus 3. My product of b is equals to 0. So here I'll have minus 3, and here my summation has to be 0. So what products give me this particular solution? So now remember, our two factors, when they add up, they have to be 0. So I can write my factors as plus root 3 and minus root 3. I'll draw this once again. So I have minus 3 here. That means the product negative sign, the product of the two factors has to be a negative number, and the sum must be 0. So I can write two factors as minus root 3 and plus root 3. When I multiply minus root 3 and plus root 3, so here I have b1 into b2 is equals to minus 3, and I have b1 plus b2 is equals to 0. So both my conditions are satisfied in this case. So therefore, in this case where I have bx, or I have no b value in my original equation, I can write my equation as x square plus 0x minus 3 is equals to 0. Then I can split this 0 as plus root 3x minus root 3x minus 3 is equals to 0. This has not changed the equation, as root 3x minus root 3x becomes 0. So that means now I'll be solving these two parts of this equation. So I have x common. Inside the bracket I'm left with x plus under root 3 minus. Now in the second part of this equation I have minus common, so I'll get minus out, and as we know that root 3 into root 3 is equals to 3. So therefore I'll be writing 3 as minus root 3, 3 as root 3 into root 3. So this implies x into x plus root 3. Now as we can see in this part of our equation, we have minus root 3 common. So I'll be taking out minus root 3 common. So here I have minus root 3, and I'm left with x. Now minus sign is out, so inside I'm left with positive signs, as sign changes when you multiply it with a negative number. So I have x plus root 3, which is equals to 0. Now as we know, this is one big bracket. We have x plus root 3 common, so that goes out of the bracket. This becomes x plus root 3, and this is x minus root 3, which is equals to 0. So that means x plus root 3 is equals to 0, or x minus root 3 is equals to 0. This implies x is equals to minus root 3, or x is equals to plus root 3. So this implies that x is equals to plus root 3 and minus root 3 are the roots of the given quadratic equation. Moving on to our next and final solved example, we have 6 root 3x square, 6 root 3x square plus 7x is equals to root 3. Now before we start solving this question, the one thing I need to mention that if you see a big number, do not be scared by it. If you start thinking before you solve, you all will be scared. So instead of thinking what is going to happen, just write down what values you have and write down what conditions need to be satisfied and start solving. Do not think, just solve. As long as you keep solving, you will not be scared of the number, or no matter how the big question is. All we need is the information the question is giving to me, and I have to use that information. There is no question which is hard enough that you cannot solve. So we'll start off this question. Here I have, again I'll compare this to my standard equation, ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So I need to bring this equation to my standard form, which is 6 root 3 x square plus 7x minus root 3 is equals to 0. So we'll compare this. I have 6 root 3x square plus 7x minus root 3 is equals to 0. So my a value is 6 root 3 B value is plus 7 and C value is minus root 3. So when I multiply A and C, I get 6 root 3 into minus root 3, which becomes plus into minus is minus, 6 root 3 into root 3 becomes 6 times 3. So this is equals to minus 18, and I have B as 7 plus 7. So now remember we need B1, B2 is equals to A times C. So initially we'll start factorizing 18. So here I have 18. This can be divided by 2. This becomes 9. This is 3. This is 3. This is 3. This is 1. So 18 can be written as 2 into 3 into 3. Now remember, we have to, the roots will be combination of, roots will be in two parts of combination of this set of numbers. So let's try out. Let's start with 2 and 3 into 3. The product will always be 18, as we can see. All we have to check if their addition is plus 7, as B1 plus P2, has to be equal to B, and our B value here is plus 7. So 2, or rather B1 is equals to 2 and B2 is equals to 6. So if I add B1 plus B2, this is equals to 8, which is not equals to my B value. So these two set of factors cannot be used. Let's move to our next set of numbers. Let's do 3 and 2 into 3. So here we have B1 is equals to 2 and B2 is equals to 9. Now the one thing we need to remember is that our product is negative. So we need one of the numbers as negative. Now if you want the product negative and the addition positive, that means my greater number has to be positive. So in this case, I'll assume that B1 is minus 2. So when I add B2 plus B1, which is equals to 9 plus minus 2, this becomes plus 7. So yes, my condition is satisfied, and I can use 2 and 9 as my factors. So that means 6 root 3x square plus 7x minus root 3 is equals to 0. This can be written as 6 root 3x square plus 9x minus 2x minus root 3 is equals to 0. Now we'll take outside whatever is common. So here we have 3 root 3x common, and inside we are left with 2x plus, now 3 root 3 into root 3, this is equals to 3 into 3, which is equals to 9. So I can write 9 as 3 root 3 into root 3. So as you can see, 3 root 3x is already common. So inside the bracket, we'll be left with only root 3. So this is 2x plus root 3. And now in this side, I can take minus 1 common, and inside I am left with 2x plus root 3. This is equals to 0. Whenever we solve quadratic equations, what is important that these two terms have to be same, and according to these two terms, my common values should come outside the bracket so as to factorize the whole quadratic equation. Now once I get this, this is my big bracket. As we can see, 2x plus root 3 is common, so I can write 2x plus root 3 into 3 root 3x minus 1 is equals to 0. That means 2x plus root 3 is equals to 0, or 3 root 3x minus 1 is equals to 0. Now, this implies x is equals to minus root 3 by 2, or x, in this case, if you solve it with procedure, you will get the value as 1 divided by 3 under root 3. Now, once we have this answer, that means x is equals to minus root 3 by 2, comma 1 by 3 root 3 are the roots of the given equation. That will be all for this section. I hope this section was informative for all of you. In the next section, we'll start off with practice set 2.2 and we'll be completing our practice set. Thank you.